If you feel like you've been struggling to grow your business, to achieve success, or even just earn more, then I want you to know I've been where you're at, and that's why I'm making this video. Because I'm gonna tell you the 10 things that I would actually tell my younger self at the very beginning to change so that I could have achieved success faster. But before we begin, if you don't know who I am, my name is Alexander, and I work one-on-one with business owners to help them achieve profitability by actually fixing how their business operates, their sales, and their marketing all at the same time. The first thing I would focus on and tell my younger self to fix is that you're just too risky to work with. At the end of the day, there are seemingly tons of other people inside of a highly competitive marketplace. And as we start to move forward, and it becomes easier to start a business, it becomes easier to get that information, get that education, you have to find ways to decrease that risk. And that involves looking at what your customer truly values. Because all too often we get stuck in what we value, what we think will decrease risk, what we think will enhance the experience of working with our businesses. But at the end of the day, risk and value is all about what they want. So I would encourage you to actually ask your customers, what is it that you want? What is the outcome? What is the difference? What is the thing that you're ultimately looking for? And most importantly, what are your objections to doing it with me and the process that I can provide? It doesn't matter if it's a product, it doesn't matter if it's a service. You have to understand why they find it risky. If you want to get ahead of 90% of other business owners, just fix your offer. Break down everything from start to finish about what it looks like working with you, what to expect, what they're going to have to sacrifice as far as time, monetary, steps involved, anything. Once you have a specific offer outlined, you will instantly leapfrog tons of your competition, and you'll be perceived as less of a commodity. Sales will become easier, marketing will become easier. The second piece of wisdom is to stop becoming so obsessed with making money and become obsessed with the process of creating value and how money is made. It's a very clear distinction, because once you understand how to simplify everything in between, from your sales, your marketing, from the first time they walk into your door and the value that they leave once they actually leave your business or once they leave that Zoom call, then you will be able to understand how to continuously create growth, sustainability. You'll be able to understand their wants, their needs, and value all comes down to what the customer perceives. So start to understand how you can become obsessed with building a better money-making machine and not about getting more money. It's all about optimizing what you have. Chances are people have already given you money for your thing. Go interview them and ask them what they liked, what they disliked, what they loved, what they hated, and then all of a sudden make that process simpler. If you can all of a sudden shave off 30 minutes from a Zoom call, or 5 extra days from your deliverable, or even just shipping times go from 10 days to 2 days, you might 100x your business in the next 6 months. It's all about the simple changes, because all too often, people think that there's one silver bullet to actually fixing a business, when in reality, it's a bunch of very small BBs. It's little tweaks to the words you use, to the way your product is presented, to the color of the buttons, to all the different little things. Become obsessed with the process that customer, the journey that customer goes on, from the very beginning of finding out about your thing to the very end, and everything becomes clearer. Number 3, your customer is the hero in the story, not you. I can't tell you how often I would change portions of my website or my sales process or my marketing materials to talk about how great I was, how we were such an amazing crew, how we were the best team, how we were so good at what we did. Nobody cares. That is the harsh truth, because your customer wants to buy the outcome of working with you, and you need to put them on a pedestal. You need to talk about the outcome you can create. You need to make them the hero of this journey. And to do that, you have to improve not your customer service, but your customer experience. When I look at your website and it says, "We are a team of highly skilled creatives who shoot video in San Francisco," or when I look at that sales pitch from another startup that just lists off a bunch of features about how great they are, I want to know what it can do for me. I want to know why it matters to me as the customer. I want you to understand what it is I'm trying to get out of working with you. Because at the end of the day, when people buy things, be it a $5 tool or a $500,000 tool. They're looking to get to somewhere else on the other end of that journey. And you need to shrink the risk and increase the possibility of them achieving that result. Think about it from their perspective. What is it that they actually want? Why are they buying from you? It's all about the customer and what they can get out of working with you. You are the guide on this journey. Start to understand what that journey looks like and paint them as the hero in that journey. Number 4, be something to someone and not everything to everyone. You've likely heard the phrase from big entrepreneurs of the riches are in the niches, or becoming a jack of all trades but a master of none. And the analogy or the phrase is always true, because when you start to be something for everyone, when you become broad, when you throw a wide net, when you want to work with everybody, you never really get good at something. And if you just sat and focused on working with just one type of customer, then everything would become clear. The language would become clear. The time to value, meaning the time that they get the result or the time it takes for them to get that result, would become shorter. Marketing would become easier. Your website would be more powerful. Your materials, all the buyer questions, all of the objections and concerns would become clear. Everything would be able to be mapped out. So my advice would be to stop trying to work with everybody who has a pulse and just work with somebody. Focus on a specific niche to start with. And if you feel like your product or service applies to everybody, then start to define the person who needs it most. Start by figuring out that person's age, location, gender, job title, hobbies, pain, interests, anything. Write it out like a stat sheet. Focus on people who need your thing above all else. By the way, if you're still struggling on this journey and you feel like you need a little bit of help, you don't have to go it alone. I want to help you, and that is why I am offering you a free call where we can walk through the entire process on what's broken in your business and how to actually fix it specifically for you. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below to book your call, and we can figure out how to achieve success faster. Number 5, you need to create more opportunities to win. Because at the end of the day, I can't tell you how many business owners I talk to who they feel like they've tried everything. They've done marketing, they've done sales, they've done networking, they've done all these different things, but they still have not created opportunities to make it right. By that, I mean, if you look at any real estate brokerage in a highly saturated field, as an example, they're going to sit you in a chair and say 100 cold calls a day, 100 emails a day, and 100 minutes of content. That is real work that it takes to achieve success. And if you're sitting there posting on your Facebook wall, only calling one person a month, maybe emailing 10 people, then it's not really a problem with your actual process. It's a problem of the fact that not enough people know about your stuff. Number 6, you probably have a sales problem and not a marketing problem. You might be better than the competition. You might be more skilled. You might have a more compelling product, but people don't understand what they're buying. Once you figure out who you're selling to, what they want to hear, and why they're not buying, then marketing becomes easier. Then value and actually getting lifelong fans becomes easier. People who want to buy your stuff forever and will recommend it. Probably either A, not selling to enough people, or B, if you have a sales problem, they don't understand what they're buying, and more importantly, you probably don't understand what you're selling to them. Because ultimately, if you're out there pitching a job title, or if you're trying to sell something that relies on just a commodified service or product, say like, I'm a videographer, I'm a landscaper, I'm a real estate agent, I'm a CPA, then there are tons of people who do the exact same job. So start to sell the outcome of what it looks like working with you. You want to find people who need that outcome, and you want to understand the struggles they have to go through to get over the hump of where they're at right now to where they want to be. If you fix your sales problem, the whole thing becomes so much easier, but you need to first fix that before anything else. Go out there and interview 10 to 15 of your target customers or clients and ask them what they're struggling with, what could be improved, what could be better. Don't even sell them. Get all those patterns and condense down what will likely be the same things that they're all saying, and then build your offer or build your sales process around solving the thing that they told you they want solved. instead of doing the guesswork of trying to build a new business from the ground up each time. Number 7, people won't always act, even if it's free, so lead them. Let me give you a real world analogy. If I told you that you need to work out because it's going to make you healthier, it's going to improve your mental health, you likely know how to work out. Eat right, count your calories, lift some weights, run around the block, do what you need to do to be healthy. Don't eat junk food, start to figure out an exercise routine, do just the basics. Yet at the end of the day, people will spend millions across the entire world for gym memberships, for workout routines, for diet programs, even though they know exactly how to solve their fitness problem 9 times out of 10 for free, and there's seemingly unlimited information across the internet, the world, that will tell you how to do it as well. That is why when you start to think about the secrets, the things that you know in your business, that even if the information is presented to people, even if you tell them what the secret ingredient is that makes your thing so successful, they will not go out there and recreate it. They will not go out there and start a business around it. They still want the outcome, even though they know the process involved. Even if you told somebody how to do your job, play by play by play, the chances of them realistically taking on the initiative to even get close to all the skills that you have, to the experience that you have, let alone the gear, the time, the monetary investment to even get close to where you're at, they will not do it. But what they will value is the fact that you told them how to do it, that you educated them, that you broke down the process for them and you explained it to them. People will value your experience and your ability to guide them through that journey, because you don't need to be the first one who did it. You just need to be the one who does it best for them. Everything that you're doing behind the scenes right now that makes you special, the little extra things you do, the little extra effort and time you put in, move those into the public. Number 8, the bar for success is often a lot lower than you think. And this sounds kind of harsh, but the reality is that when you're building something and you're trying to sell it to somebody, more often than not, what they're looking to get out of your product or service might be significantly less than you think. And once you actually ask and understand what it is, even during your sales process, then everything will become easier because you only need to achieve the bar that they set. For you to be able to understand what that is before even approaching them will make it so much easier to understand how to get them there. And the likelihood of success of them getting to where they want to be will be so much simpler and so much more effective. I would even encourage you to stop selling and guessing from the get-go and lead with the question of, where do you want to be? What is it that you're hoping to achieve? What do you want? What is it that you're struggling with? What's the pain you're experiencing? They might have different hurdles and different struggles and different things that they think are holding them back from success when you're trying to work with somebody, be it a low ticket item or a high ticket item. Oh, I want some flowers that look good, or I want my sales team to double their revenue. Because more often than not, you'll find that the 10% or the 5% or even the 1% of people who realistically want to launch themselves into the stratosphere and become incredibly successful is often not the case. A lot of them just want to get to a better life, and that's usually a lot lower than you think it is. Number 9, stop guessing and start asking. I've been alluding to this the whole time, but it is something that I will consistently reiterate, and that is to stop focusing on features, on the things that you have, the industry jargon, the things that realistically only matter to people in your industry, and to literally interview your customers. This is why you see big corporations funnel people into fan groups on Facebook, or they send out surveys, or they bring you into their office and ask you how their thing could be improved. If you're out there still guessing on what needs to be fixed, and you're trying to get to the point where hopefully this tweak is going to make it, or this move is going to start to fix it, or this thing is finally going to make it viable and people are going to buy it, don't guess. Go to your CRM, go to your invoicing system, go to the last 10 people, or even the best 10 people who bought your thing, and literally ask them these 5 questions. Why did you buy from me? Who else did you consider? What were you hoping to achieve? What were the issues and hurdles that you went through with me? And how can we make this better? Take those 10 interviews and look for the same patterns and reconstruct all of those in your actual next sale, next offer, address them up front, and you will seemingly become a success within no time, like magic, because now all of a sudden you're addressing those up front. Your website has them, your literature has them, your marketing materials, your in-person conversations, address those from the get-go, because the experience will help you start to craft a better, more compelling product, a better, more compelling business, and your customers will actually become more engaged with it. They will thank you for taking them on this journey. A prime example of this is if you think about Domino's Pizza, everybody was complaining about the exact same thing. Where's my pizza? Where's my pizza? Is it with the driver? How long is it? When the heck is this pizza going to get here? And they added an animation, it's not even a real tracker, on their website that says when the pizza goes into the oven, when it's in the driver's car, how it's actually being transported to you, how long it's going to take. And then all of a sudden the complaints went down because they asked their customers what the number one problem was, and it was that they didn't know where the pizza was. It's the same reason you get that little dopamine hit when you see your Amazon package is 10 stops away, or you feel like, oh, congratulations, you've made it to the next step of the journey, these little mini wins. Your customers want to feel that emotional release the same way you do, but you have to ask them what they're looking for, what struggles, what hurdles. So interview them. They will thank you. If you sit there and you show that you actually care about what they think and you actually genuinely take their value to heart, then you will be rewarded like no other. Number 10, it's better to be functional than it is to be pretty. And the designer in me hurts when I hear this, but it's so true because I experienced the same thing. Think about the reason that everybody can seemingly use an iPhone. That is because it is simple, it is easy, it is intuitive. And when I go to these websites that are full of animations and graphics, or on the other end of the spectrum, they're confusing, it doesn't tell me what you do, I don't understand what service or product you're providing, or I go into your store and it's hard to find things, or I have to fill out a lengthy contact form even just to give you money, then you have to simplify the process. You have to make it so easy. Accept more payment methods. Make it so people can buy your stuff online. Change that contact form into a buy button. Make the experience of a line out the door even simpler by telling them what they can expect and how long that line might take. When you go to Disneyland, they use this exact methodology. The queues or the lines are going to be out the door, but they have little signs that tell you, well, you're 30 minutes away, you're 20 minutes away, you're 10 minutes away. Also, you can feel like the simplicity is better, so it's easier. And all of a sudden, when you become simple and easy to work with, you understand that people will always pay more for convenience. Think about it. If you were going to rent a car, would you go with the option that requires you to call so that you can get inventory, put your credit card over the phone, see if they even have the make and model you want? Or are you going to pay $50 extra a day to go to the website, to just hit the Apple Pay button, and then just go to where the scheduled pickup time and location is? Stop trying to focus on making it super flashy, super pretty, super animated, super over the top, graphically intense, or trying to go on this special journey where you want to be a unique snowflake. Just focus on making it simple. Speak to them as if they were a child and make it highly valuable, and make the process from starting with you to ending with you and beyond easy, simple, valuable. There is no reason to overcomplicate it because you're actually hurting yourself. Ironically, I see this all the time with businesses out there and designers who want to focus on being artsy, and they want to be creative, and they want to just throw all these animations. But when it's really hard to even find the button that I can fill out the form to pay you, to hire you for your design services, that's a problem. And likewise, if you have a product and I have to come into your store and the signs are mismanaged, there's nothing really that's clear on how to begin, there's nobody helping me, or I have to use cash instead of a contactless payment or something like that, then I'm going to go somewhere else, just like your customers are already going somewhere else. So figure out ways to make working with you simple. You don't need to be flashy. If you can get the outcome that they actually want, if you can get the value that they're looking for, and you can make that process as simple as possible, people will buy your thing. So I hope that one of these pieces of wisdom you can take with you today and apply to your goals, to your business, to your gigs, whatever version of success that is to you, and actually apply it. Because I bring these to you from the bottom of my heart, having gone through them, having gone through the mistakes and looking back. Hindsight is 2020. And that is why this wisdom means so much to me, because I don't want people to have to go through that same experience. If you had fixed all 10 of these things in the venture that you're trying to take right now, I guarantee you not only would you be a success, but you would have gotten to there faster and in record time than you ever thought was possible. So that's all I have for you today. If you are interested in more videos like these, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I post weekly about self-improvement, about growing businesses, about all these things that help people achieve success, because I want you to win. So go ahead and comment below as well with any other topics you'd like me to discuss, and go ahead and reach out directly to me if you are interested in your discovery call on how to grow your business as well. But until then, I'll see you next time.